Are we good? Can we start?
Yes.
Cool. Um, in times of darkness, everything changes. In times of ruining chaos, the clear truth can become a drifting haze in your mind. What once was can change everything now. Such events can be a dark nightmare flooding your mind like a virus trying to take hold or maybe escape. Or coming back from the verge of death and thinking, am I complete? I don't feel different, but what if something is wrong? Thoughts such as these can disrupt with moments of survival where you have to shut off and out those most crucial to tend to the most momentary moment. You woke up to the ship hitting debris that looks like debris from the wreckage of Waterdeep floating across the Sword Coast. Inspecting further below the ship and in the water, the ship's front mount was penetrated, which is causing the ship to flood below. A simple answer to a problem yet to actually bring that solution to fruition is somewhat difficult. Nova, you and your new crafted friend seal up the mount from the inside with Crispy on the outside. You save Jazz from drowning below, and you head to the water with Captain Ackleback to find Jarvis. Within the water is where a light shines only to you, Jarvis. Upon inspection, its formed, formless expands in your hand as you look directly into the shadow weave itself. But that peering sucks you in, and you experience the phantasmal, unadulterated, unexpecting, unnaturally supernatural experience of the heartbeat of every magical essence known to humanoids and those alike. And for over 90 days, reliving the creation story of a floating purple ether molding of Tyrell together, shaping the lands and population, creating the gods themselves, bringing out the various ages of the age of demons, flooding the earth, age of resurrection with the purging of the populace, and especially the Dawn Age with the war between the giants and the dragons, which created elemental shards, and on and on and on and over again. And Jarvis, you speak to something or someone that forms itself to mirror your father, and in that, it has been asked of you to be the bridge of what was or what has been to what is to come, with Nova and anyone alike, protecting the Shadow Weave, believing in the cause of the sacred magic across the cosmos, and stop the one that's abusing the Weave's power. As you leave and are pulled out, you wake with Nova and the ship crew standing over you as you hold at you hold out somewhat of like a gelatinous orb in your hand. And Nova, you stand over his body as he stands, stepping over your own puddle of tears on the ground as Jarvis looks 100% normal in this moment. Quickly, you see what looks like to be Elroy, one of the Spruce twins, one of the kind of tattered up, roguish. Um, oh my gosh, what is his race again? I just blanked on his race. Trident, excuse me, a Trident. As he just quickly starts to like walk away, and right before he looks like he bamfs and Misty steps up to the crow's nest, he looks over his shoulder to you both and to the rest of everybody and says, "You keep that thing fucking away from me." Poof, he perches up top. And you see Captain Ackleback looking over to you, looking up at him, kind of like, "What are you talking about?" And he just looks down and says, "That freak always has something. That freak," he looks over to you and points at his dagger at you, Jarvis. "You keep that fucking thing away from me." As you hold the orb in your hand.
Can we talk? He goes to Nova.
And she just looks at him because she's pissed. And she just starts walking in a direction like opposite of where everybody else is. She doesn't say anything.
You hear Captain Ackleback says, "Well, let's get the hell out of here and back on course." And you see everyone kind of scramble up, start to move, start to shift the ship away from the wreckage a bit to move a little bit from east directly and kind of moving up a little bit northeast to kind of go around some of that rubble that's in debris. Where do you both go?
So Jarvis quickly moves, kind of guiding Nova with his arm and hand along her lower back, kind of urgently moving her to a space that he knows. He's navigating the ship, going up the stairs, past the wheel, and all the way back to the back of the ship. There's a spot that he goes to that kind of is up on the back, that he kind of goes to, lifts her up, sits her up there, and then he perches up there. And he's looking around just to make sure that everybody is doing their thing and they're not focusing on what, on us.
Make a perception check or insight check.
Advantage on perception?
You do have advantage on perception because of your hypersensitivity. But if you wanted to do... But again, remember, perception is looking, insight is understanding something socially. So if you're trying to... That's why I'm giving you a couple options if you want to go one way versus the other.
It was a bad roll, so I wanted to use perception. It's a 16 perception roll.
Okay. Looking around, quickly gauging around everyone. Everyone seems to be doing their own thing. You see Elroy staring at you both pretty heavily up as he's in the crow's nest.
Okay. He's far enough away he can't hear us, though.
Yeah, he's a good, 60 feet away.
Okay.
80 feet.
Just keep my eye on him as I'm talking to her. Jarvis goes, listen, I don't know what's going on right now. And as he says that, he kind of turns away a little bit and lowers his voice. He goes, I feel something that I've never felt before. And it's really difficult to describe. I'm having I don't know. It feels so odd and powerful and chaotic, and I don't know how to explain it. I figured you might know something.
Nova in her brain is just flipping out. She's like, you're really gonna act like you have no idea what he just put me through, and I have no idea what's happening. So she's inside, battling with concern, but also anger, because that type of feeling she hasn't felt since her parents died. So that's a very intense moment for her, that she's wanting to lash out but also trying to not be a tyrant. So she just looks down and she nods as if go on.
DM, can you describe the orb more for me?
Absolutely. It's in your hand. It's not hovering in your hand. It's physical orb, but it's like when you touch water. There's an instance of when you touch it, the water gently softens before you can break through it and go and pierces through the water. So it's delicate enough that you're holding it in your hand, somewhat like a waterbed, but you're not sticking your hand through it. It's physical in nature, but it has this weird gelatinous-y softness to it. It has this. Let me look on.
Let me look real quick. Bye.
It just totally kicked me out.
Let me look real quick. Gone.
It just freaking kicked me out. I don't have no idea.
You literally clicked, and we were just oh, he's gone.
It just kicked me out. I was trying to say, let me look at my notes really quick here. Yeah, so it has that gelatinous. It has this purple, white, and orange sort of hue to it, but at the core, around, like in the center, you see what looks like to be like a black sort of core that looks like it's not like veins, but it's like an energy that's protruding from it. However, there's something containing that energy, like a shell, which is what that gelatinous feel is. But at the core, so like you got those spheres of purple and white and the black at the center, and you can see what looks like to be somewhat of like stars, like you saw.
Okay. I think it has something to do with this, but if I'm being honest with you, I've felt weird ever since you almost died. Ever since she almost killed you. And now that I'm holding this, and I just feel like whatever it was is complete, if that makes sense.
And Nova is refusing to make eye contact right now because she wants to yell and she wants to cry, but she doesn't want to be selfish because he obviously needs help, but she also like is dealing with her own feelings right now.
Are you trying to contain that and not show that?
Yeah, she's trying really hard, but like that's definitely like is like a trigger for her that she hasn't felt because she refused to make connections with people ever since her parents died. So like this is the first relationship that she's had where she cares for someone. So she's being weirdly quiet for being Nova. And it's just kind of letting Jarvis talk through to see if he can get anything of value out that she would want to contribute to, but she's like in her own head right now.
Let's do this. Let's see how well you both use your skills to either try to hold that back, and let's see if Jarvis can recognize it. So Nova, go ahead and either roll a deception check or a performance check.
Okay.
Or persuasion. I'll let you do one of those three.
Okay.
There's something. And Jarvis, you just need to roll an insight check.
22.
Ooh, you gotta beat a 22. You gotta beat 22, young. You've got guidance, remember?
I do. Can I cast guidance on myself, please?
I believe you, yes, and I believe, I can't remember, is guidance a skill? Yes, you can roll, yes, you can.
Yeah, guidance on myself.
Yeah, you just, it's just that will.
Oh, okay.
So you just add a d4.
Okay. Oh, add a d4? Cool. Yeah. That's fun. Oh, God. What did you say it was?
22
Performance
you have to
or
beat.
what?
Performance, deception, or persuasion. One of those three is fine.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Awful 16.
So, you, again, doing your best. No, Jess, would you just try to just, like... Would you
I do
again?
Luke all the time.
Yes, so you know.
And he's like, "There's bullshit."
So just give like one sentence that you can of just like in the conversation of what you would say, but just try to like be like, yeah. I don't know, whatever you want. It's up to you. You don't have to as well, but it's
I feel like Nova would keep it very short because she is literally on the brink of a breakdown.
Jarvis is going to attempt to persuade here to kind of come back down to earth. He's going to say, listen, I get it. I understand. We've been through a lot, and I'm not trying to demean any of that or to demean how you feel. And this is very... more charismatic of Jarvis than you've noticed before.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't know. I just want you to feel better. It's okay to be okay. You don't have to worry.
Ooh. um, Nova really wants to snap. Like, everything in her is fighting against, like, him trying to be understanding, but, like, I technically know way more about his past than he knows about mine. So like,
what do you want to do? Let me put it this way, and maybe this will be helpful for us.
Mm-hmm.
Our sessions are going to be a little bit shorter, which is good. Mm-hmm. I think it's actually going to be good. And 2, that means that things need to just progress a little bit faster. So think, what's just going to make something interesting happen right now?
Okay, Nova's gonna. So she was looking like off the back of the ship and like listening and like nodding. And as soon as he says that, like, I understand, her head like whips. Like, absolutely not. Like, you really think that you understand me? I don't do this. This I have not done since my parents died. I have not felt that way since I lost my parents. I did not let people get close. So don't act like you understand how I'm feeling right now.
Okay. All right. I mean, all right. I just listen. There's something going on, and I need your help. And I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't choose this. I'm just feeling this, and I need your help.
Is Jarvis? Are you sitting with me, or are you standing like in front of me,
perched,
and I'm sitting?
He's perched like 3 feet from you, on the back of the ship. Kind of a private spot, kind of not, but it's far away from all the activity.
Are you close enough where I can reach you right now?
3 feet away. I mean, you could if you wanted to.
He's perched, like, think of like a balcony. Think of like Titanic on like the balcony where like you're if he was standing, you could totally walk up to. Yeah.
Got it. I feel like this is a moment where Nova just needs to let go. So she's gonna get up and walk towards Jarvis, and it's gonna be really weird for Jarvis because Nova has never done this towards him, but she's literally just gonna walk up and she's just gonna hug him and like bury her face in his chest and just see what he does.
And at first he's kind of confused and he's kind of like, and then he like slowly puts his hands around her. And then he like looks at her and sees that she's really upset. And then his wings kind of come around and console a little bit. And he kind of pushes her away, holding her, and goes, Nova, I need your help. What's going on with me?
I don't really know. You have a gelatinous ball of what looks like weird goo.
You're the only one that I know that might be able to help me with what's going on.
But doesn't that look familiar to you? Do you not recognize that? Because I recognize what's in your hand. I don't remember it being as gluey, like the thing.
I mean, vaguely. Yeah, wasn't it in... It was in her office, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see anything, like, you got out before I did. Did you see anything that pertained with, like, her power being attached to that in any way, shape, or form?
I can't remember.
Nova, go ahead. I will say this. I would say you were close enough, and just like in his like with him, in experience like your divine sense per se. You know what I'm saying? Like your divine sense. I'm not going to tell you to use it necessarily. However, where'd it go in your stuff? Divine sense.
Under.
I would say.
Spells, I think? No, it's not.
Here's what I'll say. I would say don't worry about it. Basically, you can. What's your divine sense? Where's your divine sense?
Under actions.
If you're willing, when he hugs you and he says what he says, it's like as if like the energy that's like coming from his mouth and from his body is a different sort of aura that you've ever experienced before. You experience a sort of celestial sort of tone to his body and to the orb immediately when he hugs you and deeply holds you, which is completely different to anything that you've ever felt. And celestial meaning something that is outwardly not evil in necessarily in nature or demonic, but something that that represents a little bit of a godhood, which is actually similar to you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh, you know that I just wrote down celestial vibes from Jarvis. But she's just trying to process. She's like, what is happening? I'm like,
that's what I'm trying to say. I don't understand. I don't get what's going
while
on.
we're talking, I want I've decided that we are naming my little skeleton buddy Jack for Kinsley.
Jackie.
So he's just gonna crawl out and sit on my shoulder. And I'm not going to react at all. Like, he just gets up there as we're talking.
I was doing 1 to 10. He doesn't like Jarvis, and 11 to 20. He just looks up to you, Jarvis.
Okay, we got to do something about him. That's weird.
Why? He's cute. And I like rub his little head. I love him with all of my being.
Crawls around like your shoulder.
Mine?
Yeah.
No, on hers.
Oh, okay.
Me.
Good.
He's sitting on my head, in between my horns, which I think is so cute.
And he like points out to like onward.
but off the back of the ship.
Yeah, he's like, and we're like, no, buddy, that way. What's wrong with him? He's sweet.
All right, he's dead, and he gives me the heebie-jeebies.
So Jarvis or Nova, just so you know, that information that you gathered, he wouldn't know that.
Okay.
Just so you're just grabbing vibes, grabbing it like.
Yeah. She is going to grab like his shoulders and just like look at him for a second. She's gonna kind of squint.
What are you doing?
Just shut up. And I'm like, she's focusing more on like her intuition.
Yeah.
And like all of her outside senses right now, like everything goes silent behind her, and now she is like so in tune to what's happening right now. And like it'll be like a minute or two, and then she lets go and she kind of goes, "Ooh, that's interesting." Your face, I love it.
Did you say anything to him?
I literally just say that, and I like start like kind of twiddling my hand, like it's like a sense that she's never felt before. So she's like, "Ooh, that's different."
Yeah, no shit.
But Nova, in that moment, is maybe kind of the sweet moment, kind of interesting. It might feel good for you. It might feel off, whatever. There is a quick, deep moment, though, as you look him in the eyes. and peer in him. And you feel that celestial experience. However, there's a moment where you feel a deep, dark void, like an endless black void. That's just like in a very quick speck in his eye. That would represent something celestial, yet completely evil intent.
That makes me nervous.
But it was like,
It's tiny, but like still a little like. Yeah.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on here? I mean, honestly, like, I have no idea what's going on.
You give me the one over.
Honestly feeling very weird, and Jarvis just turns around, and he just goes off and just puts his hand on the railing and just is kind of like confused.
She's gonna walk over and like put her hand on his hand. She's testing her limits right now with physical touch with Jarvis. And she's gonna like touch him in like a way that gets his attention. She gropes his little butt.
Absorb elements?
What is that?
It depends on what she's trying to do.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what she's trying to do right now.
All I was gonna do was talk to you.
Yes, if she's not like doing it, she didn't like really even cast anything. Divine sense is like her understanding.
It's like me vibes, like my feeling the vibes of a room.
Yeah.
There's something different, that's for sure. It seems very otherworldly in senses. Something I mean I've kind of felt because I've dealt with Saloon, but like not like what I feel from you. It seems a little like different. I don't know how to describe it. Like not evil, but not inherently good.
Jarvis, I need you to roll a D100 for me now.
$57.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I guess we just move on. I don't know what to do.
Well, what happened? Like, where did you go?
I don't know. I don't remember a lot of it. It all happened so fast.
Describe what you can remember before it disappeared.
There was a force, a being, a person, a voice. I don't know. It was prominent, and it was speaking to me. I don't know.
Did it feel like it was gonna help, or did it feel like malicious?
No.
Like, what were you feeling?
Wasn't necessarily bad. I don't know that it was good either.
But what did it want to talk to you about?
It was asking me if I believe.
Believe what?
Do you need me to reiterate any of this, Jarvis, so that you can understand, or are you good?
I should be good. If I need you to, I'll let you know. He just goes, I'm not sure what he wanted, but something inside me just... I needed to say yes. I needed to tell him yes. That
Yes to what?
That if I believe. And I don't know. Again, I've never felt anything like this before. I'm not sure what's going on, but I just don't want to hurt anyone.
So, like, did he ask you to make a deal? What, like, how did this end? How did this interaction
No,
end?
it was... I don't know, he wanted me to do something. He wanted me and you to do something.
What do you mean me? And to do what?
I don't know. Do I remember what he said?
Yeah, just so that you can just have a good sense. Basically, similar to what I shared at the beginning, it's basically, do you believe in the cause of of allowing shared magic to happen across the cosmos and stop Lolth or whoever, and maybe above her or whoever, stop abusing the Weave's powers.
Right.
So you're somewhat asked to be a protector of the Shadow Weave and end the abuse of the Shadow Weave.
Yeah.
So that magic can be accessed and used across the cosmos. And that's where somewhat of the like, do you like, that's where that belief conversation comes. Like, do you believe in this? If you don't, then fuck off.
Yeah.
So with his cause, because I remember like hearing the whole thing, is he more about like people being able, because I remember he was like just talking about just in general people using the Shadow Weave for magic is kind of bullshit and malarkey that he doesn't enjoy. But does he want people to only be able to use it for good, or does he want people to just like, if they have malintent, like just don't abuse that? Like, where is his stance?
I would say
Or is it like,
no, it seems clear. It seems that it's less about using magic for whatever means is your choice. However, what it seems that is happening is that you were peering in, Jarvis, especially into different stars that were maybe even the star that you're maybe I just gave you something. Maybe yours is again a pocket into the Shadow Weave itself, right? Which Lolth was using, right? She was using that as a magical whatever, like pulling energy from it so that she could do something to Nova. Using its power, drained its power completely, which would remove a person or a group of people or thousands of people from tapping in and using so basically it's like she used someone else's magic through the Shadow Weave to do something. So she's stealing other people's magic. She's stealing, it's like taking away people's powers and using it for herself. And so regardless of what you do with magic, it's always better to have the opportunity, but it's never right to abuse it in such a way where people cannot lose their ability.
Scarlet Witch.
the tea? Which came first, the Wolf or the Scarlet Witch? The world may never know.
It doesn't matter. You're in the story, so figure it out.
Can I want to convey that to some point, to
yes,
some degree, not perfectly, but communicate that with you, Nova.
Gotcha. So does he know Saloon? I have so many questions. Who is this person? Do they have a name? Did they give you a name?
They didn't give me a name.
They didn't give you a name, but the only other person that brought this Shadow Weave shit up to you was in the tarot card reading, which said you were tethered to someone, and the abilities of was Shar, which is the counterpart, which is basically the sibling of Saloon.
Saloon, yes. So sisters. Oh god. So obviously I'm not supposed to know that.
No, he explained.
So,
I don't know. He explained.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this have to do with the sister, the Saloon sister that has yet to make herself present to you, but we know that it exists.
I don't know.
I just don't know when.
It wasn't a female sounding voice.
Maybe he's like a lackey.
Because it looked like your daddy.
Yeah, you didn't. Did you tell me that it looked presented itself to your dad, of your dad? Like obviously, it knows you, or it can get in your head enough to know that he's important, but that also it makes it a little scary because, like, if they have ill intent, which I can't really tell if they do or not. I assume they don't, as they asked us to protect magic in general. But it's still strange why they wouldn't let you know who they were, who to contact when you have questions, if there are problems. There's a lot of holes um, to which I would like to fill at some point. I don't know how because you have the little bolly thing and she kind of like pokes it. Um, but I don't.
Uh,
I mean,
I
we
don't
got
know
to
that
keep away
that.
from him though because he looks pissed.
Yeah, I don't listen. I don't. Yeah, I, listen. I think we just need to move on and just take it one day at a time, I guess.
What are we gonna do with that though?
With what?
That
You know exactly what it is, Jarvis. You like know 100% what it is based on what I sent you. Like you have that instinctual knowledge and knowing of how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll hold on to it. Whatever's going on is it drew me to this. There's a connection.
yeah. We just need to keep it under wraps
Yeah.
because I feel like in the wrong hands, this could do damage, as we saw before. And obviously, it makes him uncomfortable, and she points up at Elroy. So he obviously knows something.
Yeah. I I'll just I'll put it away. Um.
Uh, Jarvis, immediately when you pull it away, um, you see in your bag, or where do you put it? I'm guessing in your bag, or where do you stuff it?
Yeah, in my bag.
Like your satchel or whatever.
Yep.
The moment that you open up your bag, you hear quickly a um uh like a well, what the hell? Quickly, like a sound of like a cracking of sound,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
like a sound of glass, something like.
Is it the tube that's in there? Okay.
Oh, shit. I forgot about the tube.
You quickly stuff and look for the tube. The moment that you lock eyes to it, it shatters in your bag. The bag erupts, sort of like when you throw a bag of clothes into the air. All of your stuff comes out of your bag, tumbling all over the place. Like naming any of the items that you have in your bag comes tumbling out. You see the glass basically shoot up to eye level, cracking further, exploding as this ether of black energy sort of like like it's like coming awake a bit. You know, like it takes a second. What do you guys do? No, but you quickly see shit come out of his bag. What do you guys do?
I don't know. I'm looking. I was not prepared for this nightmare. Um, I feel like I'm just gonna start yelling to people and
What are you
being
yelling?
get wherever is it. Just get go. Like
You
she's like doesn't know what to do. She's like, I don't know what this fucking job is. This nightmare.
you see like even when you like see everyone move, you see everyone's eyes from the ship turn to you, even Elroy's, who like peers up, mouths something, bamps across to the other crow's nest, which is probably more like 40 feet above you, looking down at you
Okay.
now. As you hear from him,
I-
Jarvis, what did you do? Jarvis, what do you do now?
I am going to attempt to. What's the ether doing right now?
Ether is basically like expanding itself to like it's been you trapped it in this tube, so it's like
I'm thinking of Venom right now.
when an animal
Like,
comes out of a cage and it's like quickly stretching its like to like gauge where it is and where it's at. That's what's happening. Expanding.
Okay. I am going to going to attempt to control it the way that I did when I put it in the tube. Same way.
Okay. Go ahead and where. Oh shoot, I can't remember what we did at that point as well. I'd have to pull up my notes. I'm not going to do that. That's going to take time. Describe how you're going to do it.
Yeah. So just like I did, I kind of used my hands, and it was something that I didn't know what I was doing. I just did it. It was just kind of like a moment that it just happened. And
That's right.
I go up with my hands and I just try to control it. How big is it? Is it large?
It looks like it's about like a 4 foot by like 3 foot sort of like essence, black ether, shifting, spiraling, like mouths are coming out screaming.
What is
It's like
what is that orb doing?
you put the orb in the bag, so like looking down, the orb is slowly just rolling by your feet, rolling away from you.
Oh shit. That's scary. You can't let it get away. But you can't let that get away
Jarvis,
either.
You see the orb, you just try to take your hands out and try to grab to contain it like you did before.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
11.
Nova, you see as the ether kind of like comes to its face, somewhat of like hollow eyes, black. It's all like same ether blackness, but like you can see what looks like to be somewhat of like a skull face as it then pulls like kind of like a neck out. Same ether looks down to see Jarvis. Jarvis, you take your hands, kind of put them together to try to contain it. It immediately locks eyes to you, Jarvis, staring deep into your eyes. You see what looks like to be like two kind of pincer sort of things lock into his temples, Nova.
Fucking kidding me. Oh, fucking course. It's doing that.
Before I give what happens, Jarvis, Nova, what do you do when you see that?
I'm trying to keep my eyes on the ball, but also now I'm fucking panicking. I would like to. Can I cast green? Hold on. Is that the one that I'm looking for? No. Can I do a cast divine favor, please?
Yes.
As a bonus action.
Yes, you totally can.
And I would like to use my great axe, please.
Absolutely.
And I'm just gonna fucking attack the shit.
So you go in and attack it. Okay, roll for your attack.
Please, God. I don't want to use that one. Oh, hey. 19 plus 5, so I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, totally. You cast your spell on your weapon, it highlights in white, clashing down on top of it.
And then, can I roll damage? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, 16.
What kind of damage is it?
I don't know what this is. That's a good question. Slashing. I like slashing, that. I can hover and it'll tell me. Yes.
Plus divine favor.
Yes, right? I did that. I did the +2 plus the extra D4, which is divine favor.
So your divine favor is radiant damage, by the way. So that's a D4.
Oh,
so
okay.
Whatever that. So you have your slashing damage, you have your radiant damage. Awesome.
Okay.
Your slashing, you cut through it, but it's not because of the blade, it's because of the radiant damage. Slices it. You hear a shriek as it pulls its tendrils out from his temples. As it shrieks in utter pain. Jarvis, really quick here. Oh, I'll do it right here. You take 8 necrotic damage as you feel immediately as it's going into your brain, as it's trying to go in and attach to your brain stem. You feel it moving in your body to go to the back of your brain, which is exactly where you saw the hole in Jazz's back of her head. Remember, Jarvis?
Yeah.
So.
Can I cast Absorb Elements?
Yes, I will let you be free in this moment. How do you describe it?
Freedom.
I'll let you respond in freedom here.
So Jarvis is in an immense amount of pain right now, and he's holding his head. And then you see him, not like you normally would see him panic and freak out. He just kind of calms down a little bit. And he takes a deep breath, and he closes his eyes. And he, like, takes his hands off of his head, and his hands now look like he's casting a spell. And
I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor though, Jarvis. I'm gonna ask you to use a key point and a sorcerer point.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to use both because this means nothing for absorb elements, but this is fucking cool. But I need there to be an exchange.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Can I also ask what it looks like when Jarvis casts magic? Because
Yes.
Mine
Yes.
is very like light oriented.
Jarvis,
so
this is your show, man.
Yeah.
Tell me.
This is yours, dude.
So it doesn't necessarily look like he's in control. It almost looks like someone else took control of his body here. But he gets to the point where his hands are moving, and he's focusing, and he's actually murmuring, and you can see when he closed his eyes roll back into his head, and he's murmuring, and he's like talking like, and he's like twitching, and he's like murmuring, and then all of a sudden you see him stop. And he goes, I got it.
And you got what?
And then you see his hands move to the back of his head, and some of the black ichor, he's got it. And it's like in his grasp, it's like hovering, and he's like controlling it. And,
It's like it can't escape out of it.
And Jarvis in this moment, he uses.
Remember, this is absorb elements, by the way.
Yeah.
This is
Absorb elements, and so you see at this point, whatever that is, it almost disappears. It's all of a sudden it's just gone. It just almost like it's just destroyed. It's just gone. Whatever it was that was there, it's absolutely destroyed.
Nova, make a perception or insight check.
Oh well, that's awful. 9.
Okay. Jarvis, make an insight check on yourself. And you can roll with advantage.
Not perception.
17.
You absolutely, Jarvis, believe that it's gone. You feel, though, as if where it had to go somewhere. And by the way, during this whole time, your orb is hovering about 6 feet away from you. And it seems that the magic you're using is coming directly from in there.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
in this moment, as soon as it disappears, you see him. I know what to do. And he grabs his quarterstaff, and he goes for a melee attack on the ether.
Question. Did the orb react when I used magic?
No.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so you have to help me with this. I do absorb element damage and the quarterstaff, is that right?
Yes. No, absorb element is only for you to absorb if someone hurts you and hits you with an elemental magic of sorts.
You have resistance. Also, the first time you hit with a melee attack on your next turn, the target takes an extra d6 damage of
yeah,
the
that's fair.
triggering type.
I forgot about that. Yep.
Okay. So
You didn't have the D6? You have some.
it's 12. damage. So it's 8 of bludgeoning and 6. I'm sorry. And 4 of
Necrotic?
damage. Yeah, necrotic. Yeah.
Yeah, necrotic damage.
Like I said in this moment, normally this wouldn't make sense, but we're doing it because it's fucking cool.
It's cool.
So fucking cool. You go to do it, and again, because of what absorb element is, you go ahead, totally take your quarterstaff. It like splats most like the physical form of it onto the ground as it looks, and it begins to steam, and it begins to look like black ichor itself. And that black ichor, as it seems to be bubbling and getting hotter and hotter, it then begins to break and destroy the wood that's below, as it's like acid and that has been poured onto the wood, slowly but surely bubbling. Jarvis, though, just so you know, as you destroyed that, you see your orb hovering. It drops down to the ground, bounces, and you feel inside your chest and in your ear a scream that echoes as if it's in a canyon thousands of feet away, but you hear it inside your chest and your ear. Eventually, you see a couple of the other members of the crew get up to where you are. Elroy drops down right next to you, Captain Ackleback. A couple of them, it's just really just Elroy, Captain Ackleback, and then what's the other? I always forget the guy's name.
The big dude?
No, not Crispy. Carnage. You call him Carnage for short. He's the bald guy, kind of just like a normal dude.
I thought Carnage was dead.
Carnage is very appropriate with the black ichor.
With the black ichor.
That's true. But it's the bald guy with the tattoo of what looks like to be like a mouth consuming his head on his.
That's great.
Kind of a blubbery kind of guy.
Approachable.
Captain Ackleback again, just like. Are we just not bored? Or are we bored? What is happening?
We don't know.
That came out of. Is Jazz nearby?
Jazz is not. You see, like again, she's not anywhere present like she was before. She seemed like she went down below, maybe trying to clean up her shit that got water a bunch all over it.
I'm just like looking around for her. I'm like, that came out of. I don't know where she is, but it came out of her back on Waterdeep. And we contained it in a tube, but I guess the tube didn't hold. And we had no way to destroy it, but now we do.
Elroy stops.
And I look at Jarvis like confused, like, is it dead?
He's just
Elroy. Elroy immediately steps in, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck about what it was. He looks to you, Jarvis. Is it gone?
Whoa.
I think so.
Where'd
You think so? Looks to Captain Ackleback and goes, is this all worth it? Is it all fucking worth it?
And immediately, I'm like, get off your fucking high horse. What's your problem?
Get off my high horse. I'm off it. Trust me. I'm off it. He just, again, walks it off. Ackleback then looks at you and goes, there's nothing more that I should be prepared for, is there?
I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah, I mean.
You sure?
Sure.
Yeah. Are we almost there?
He just points. He like looks. He just looks. At this point, because it's day 2, you just see now like a little bead of water deep. It's only horizon now for the rest of the way.
Oh my god.
We just left yesterday.
No. How many days did you say it was?
It's a 7-day journey.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, we'll speed things up and we'll get things going.
No, I'm just
Feels like
thinking
it's
of
been
we're
7 days.
almost too. Like, what else can happen?
And Jarvis.
What time is this happening, by the way?
You guys woke up, like,
And shit
And,
hit the fan.
and shit at the fan. So you've been up for like 40 minutes.
Great. What a great way to start our day.
And Jarvis, it's been 30 or 97 days worth of time for you.
Yeah, does he realize that?
Oh, that's why I brought that up again. Jarvis, it's like Dormammu situation for a little bit. More like Groundhog's Day, where you were reliving a story over and over and over again to drill a point in for you so that you can understand what the true need for the Shadow Weave, the true understanding of why magic is so pivotal to the world. Because not only is it just people use it for just mundane things, but also for survival, it's also what makes the world go round and makes potentially even time exist and makes allowing for everything for you to get back home, maybe. Like, it's everything. That's why it's so
I'm listening, but I have to pee so bad.
Go ahead, pee.
Wait, so talk and I'll hear you, but you won't hear me.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
What is this? No, but does that make sense? I don't want to just be like making fucking story in my head happening. I want it to make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
so you know, Jarvis, what that was, you felt that you absorbed that thing, and it's in you right now. And you're keeping it contained, consciously.
I absorbed. I thought I expel it on the attack.
My wife just put on Encanto.
I see that.
I gotta text my wife.
We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno. I expel that, right?
Oh, did you just lose music?
No. Voice of the Sun.
Yeah.
On your next turn, the target takes an extra 1d6 damage of the triggering type, and the spell ends.
So does that mean that it stays with you forever? Are you like Wanda?
Hold on.
Oh.
No, it goes. It's lessening its effect on you. That meaning that it doesn't. You still get hit with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have resistance to it. That doesn't mean that you don't take it.
Okay.
It was 8 necrotic damage, so I'm gonna say that you only took 4, but in that other 4, you still take the damage.
Okay.
Does that make it still hits you?
Do I still take 8?
Jesus, I'm not using the music.
Sorry, it literally went into Encanto and started changing, and we're listening to music.
Who's that?
And who's that? Say goodnight. Say love you.
Blow kisses. Blow kisses. Blow kisses.
Blow kisses. Or do you want to give kisses?
Your kisses. Oh yeah.
She has chocolate on her face. Give me kisses. I love you. We're almost done. And
She is the cutest in the entire universe.
Again, all I was trying to say, like, just for thematic, whatever, it's you do expel it. It's basically gone, but just like to experience
Part of it, is
just
there.
like that's why that echo that's 1,000 miles away
Gotcha.
is just like that's all. It's just
Gotcha.
thematic shit.
Like it's like he creates this like link to whatever it is for a second, which is kind of crazy.
I don't know where our map just went. It doesn't matter. Fuck, it doesn't matter.
It just
Okay, so Aquaback was like, dude, are we done? Are we good?
Apple snack.
Are we?
Yeah, we're good. Everything's fine. We're good. It's contained.
Yeah.
Dead.
We're good.
I don't know.
I mean, would you please fix the ship, though? As you look over, it's like...
I mean, I fixed down there earlier.
Yeah, and Maggie's currently trying to expel all the water out. As you see what looks like as she's basically controlling
The water
water.
bender?
She's controlling water out and throwing it over the ship. As she's like, all right, everyone, am I the only one fucking doing this? Jesus fucking people. She walks down. As you see what looks like Jazz is like wringing now, like her clothes off the side.
I
What do you guys do?
am going to walk over and pick up the orb.
Yeah, pick up the orb.
I want to see what if anything happens.
No, yeah, nothing. You pick up the orb. It's not like...
Very cautiously. I'm just like...
Yeah, pick it up. It's pretty big in your hand. It's not like it's tiny. It's not like a golf ball. It's probably like a softball or a little bit bigger, like a soft softball.
Mm-hmm.
But you're holding it, and you're just slowly seeing it shift inside.
And Jarvis goes over and he goes, I'll take that. And he reaches his hand out.
Don't let this change who you are. And I just hand it back to him.
And then he goes, I think we might be too late. And then he puts it in his bag.
So true. And then I feel like Nova is just like, she's got a lot to process, so she's just gonna walk down to where Maggie is and see if she can help.
Cool. How would you like to help Maggie?
I'm going to look around for a bucket of sorts.
Yeah, there's several buckets in different ways. So you, it looks
and
like
I want to find like a shot glass so that Jack can also try to help.
Roll a perception check to see if you, or an investigation check to see if you can actually find a shot glass.
I love this little skeleton buddy. You said what? What were the two?
Investigation check.
Perception or investigation?
Just investigation.
And that's 17.
Yeah, you see one that's floating next to a couple different bottles of booze that you see even Crispy kind of pick up as he's down below as well. And his arm turns into like a giant bucket.
I love that.
He's the one that takes the glass and throws it out. These inbreds, I swear to God. Fucking...
And I'm like, hey, can I have one of those, please?
Sure. As he
and as
picks
he
it up,
reaches out, I'm gonna let Jack just stick my arm out so that he comes and grabs it out of his hand. And I'm gonna put my hand down towards the top of the water so he can lean over and scoop a little bit.
he's like,
As I scoop a bucket, so I'm holding him in my hand. And I scoop a bucket and I start going up the stairs. And I don't care who's looking at me right now. I'm sure they think I'm batshit crazy.
But go ahead and make me a acrobatics or an athletics check.
Oh, not 20, baby!
After 20? Yeah, you are balancing the shit, and same with Jack, whatever. You both are and you guys are stepping over stuff, moving. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Getting around, dumping water out, helping Maggie, even though she's carrying probably 8 to I guess even more, probably large, 20 gallons of water. You have one every time with a one and a shot glass of water, dumping it out.
I'm I'd be a lot more help if I could do that, but I have no idea how to do that.
And what you notice as she's doing it is that you see what looks like to be waves on her muscle, on her bicep, that are rowing, because her tattoo is what's giving her power right now to be able to do that.
That's way too cool.
Cool. Let's do this. Let me know. This is okay. This is day 2 of your journey. Is there anything you want to do on day 2? because we're gonna move on.
No, I'm okay. I
Ready
feel
to move on.
Cool. Both of you make perception checks for me.
Incredible.
Incredible.
16.
A 6. I don't notice none. What?
She just took off her stuff. I'm sorry, honey. Okay, cool. So, again, this is your story. I'm gonna move things along, but if you want to do something
Nah.
and you want to get creative and do some cool shit or try to do something, let me know, or else I'm just gonna overlook you.
Oh, actually, Maggie is the twin of
Yes.
Elroy.
Elroy.
Is that
Yes.
his name? Okay. Part of me really wants to like get to know her a little bit and kind of find out like what the hell her brother's problem is and why he's like so angry all the time, and kind of like befriend her in a way,
Okay.
if that is possible.
Okay. What are to speed it along a little bit because we got about 15 minutes here.
Mhm, yeah.
Roll me a persuasion check overall.
I'm doing math in my brain. 21.
21. She doesn't take kindly to you at first, but since you help her until basically you have to help her the rest of the way, the rest of cleaning out all the water, which takes you all day.
That's fine.
Cool. So you're spending the entire day getting water out, and that's how you have that conversation with her. Basically, what you gather with her is like he's kind of an asshole in general.
Okay.
He's basically someone who takes what they are doing very seriously, and he's put his neck on the line for her and for Ackleback.
Sorry. I
I
had
just
to.
like saw that you like started getting tiny. I'm like,
I'm
what is
sorry.
happening?
Sorry.
That's so funny. Yeah. Basically, he takes very seriously what they do with Ackleback and their crew, and explains that basically what you gather from Elroy, she basically at the very end of the day, it's at night, and you guys are exhausted, but like the whole downstairs is just got like a damp floor, and basically under the moonlight, she basically says to you kind of like, hey, Jarvis fucking left us. And Elroy was pissed.
You see Jarvis perched on the back of the ship, holding the orb, stroking it.
Literally.
And
God,
he's
this
just like
is creepy as hell.
stroking
And then he
his
goes,
orb.
and then he stops, and he looks over at you,
He loves the precious.
and he puts it away.
That was really good.
He loves the precious. We will do anything for precious.
That's so good.
Thank you.
Did you tell him about the book that you got?
I did.
He tells me it.
I think you would really like it too, Stephen. You can get your hands on it.
Oh, he can get his hands on it, all right.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
I
Let's
don't even
know
like that.
more.
Yeah,
I don't even like that.
don't get that. Yeah, he Jarvis left. Elroy took a huge hit to that.
Like, did
Uh,
Bubba?
and basically she's like, maybe he was jealous a bit, I don't know, but we're working off our own debt, and we'd love to do something special. We'd love to get out of and get off the the water, even though it's kind of where we're supposed to be. We'd like to actually travel a bit. It's kind of where you land with her,
Okay. Sounds good.
unless you want to say anything left and kind of leave off on something. I'm gonna move on.
Well, I think that's good. Just kind of getting some background.
That's fair. Jarvis. Lights out. You guys are gonna go sleep up above again, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
By the time when Nova's up there getting ready, for whatever reason, you can decide otherwise. You hear at the Captain Aquaback's quarters, the doors open a bit, and there's a single light flickering, like a candle light, and it just draws you into maybe wanting to hear a conversation that's being had. So, would you mind? Would you be willing to go and listen,
Yep.
or would you not?
You talking to me? Yes.
Yes. Basically, the conversation is you kind of give me a stealth check.
Let's go, stealthy boy.
Wow. That was actually horrible. 9.
Oh, God.
You hear from the inside what sounds like to be Carnage's voice and Captain Aquaback's voice. Okay? And you hear from Carnage basically saying, all this is a waste of time. Nothing's gonna come from it. And you hear from Captain Aquaback something like, oh, but have I ever steered you wrong? And you hear from Carnage, he goes, no, but you killed Saharet. You killed him. And was it all worth it? As Captain Aquaback replies, saying something like, sometimes a little sacrifice for the common good is necessary. And Carnage, I'm having a fun conversation with myself right now. And then Carnage goes, I wonder when my sacrifice will happen. Maybe involuntarily. And the moment that the door creaks open, you don't have enough time to fly up, so you have to stay there, but you have time to react to do something while you're there. Jarvis, what do you do?
He is so where am I right now?
You're at the door. Like you were listening at the door?
Yep. He real quick he's going to use some sleight of hand here to roll his orb out onto the ground right in front of the door, and as he's doing that, he's all in one motion, like he's going to reach and pick it up, like it fell out of his bag. He's going to grab it up.
Oh shit! Hey.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Sorry. Got away from me.
Yeah. Keep that hidden, please. We don't want anything else crazy happening out here, right?
Yeah.
Walks and goes to go downstairs. Captain Aquaback stands there, about to close the door and sees you.
Just holding the orb.
Good night to Jarvis.
He just smirks, raises his eyebrows, puts it away, and flies away.
Do you look back at him?
As I'm flying away, yes, I do. Just kind of like a smirk.
He's staring up at you. And you see him lock eyes at the steering wheel, seeing that Elroy's standing there. Looks at Elroy. Shuts the door. The light underneath the door goes black. You two are up top. This would be at the end of the day, so anything else that you would want to do, or Jarvis, I don't know.
As Jarvis is getting ready, there's normally a time of meditation here. Jarvis is a creature of habit, from what you've noticed when it comes to nightly rituals, and you did not see him meditate tonight. Tonight, he is laying on his bedroll, and he has his orb just kind of sitting, like right here on his stomach, and you watch as he is attempting to manipulate it the same way that he manipulated the black ichor, and he's and he's slowly beginning to be able to kind of levitate it with his hands.
Give me a D100, please.
$43.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and you see him focusing, and you can see him to the point where, and he's been trying to do it to the point where he's got it. He's got full control over the orb without touching it.
Cool.
Nova's gonna. Oh, you're gonna hate me. Nova's gonna walk over and she's just gonna kind of like touch his shoulder, and she's gonna say, "With great power comes great responsibility." Yep. And then she's gonna put her finger up for like a high five.
Full hand to your finger.
Yeah.
You really got to do something about. He's creepy.
No, he's not. He's nice.
He's pointing at you, Jarvis.
Oh, Jesus. If you keep being mean to him, he wants to murder you in your sleep.
I'll kill you.
How you gonna be mad at me? You're made of bones of bird. I mean that's.
I'll kill you, my bone, your bone.
My bone, your bone.
My bone, your bone.
I love him. He's my favorite part of the whole thing.
I kill you, my bone, your bone.
My bone, your bone. Listen, play nice, boys. You be nice to him.
Gonna be you like a fucking piece of shit.
He slowly morphs into just speaking common. He's like, ha!
He's learning. He's learning. He's becoming domesticated slowly but surely. By the end of all this,
He's learning, but that's the first thing.
I want to attack him with a tiny firebolt.
Don't you
What?
dare!
I want to attack him with a tiny firebolt.
Don't you dare!
Roll your attack.
I need my thingy.
16.
Oh crap. Oh. Yeah, you hit him. How rude!
Do 1/4 of your damage. Roll your damage. You do 1/4 of it.
4 fire.
So 1/4 of it is 1, or that 4 is a 4th.
4 is a 4th. I rolled a 12.
Are you flipping kidding me? You're gonna murder him.
No, it's not.
No, this is flavor. It's fine.
3. I'm sorry, 3. It's 3.
Yeah. He just takes a throws it at him. It hits him, and it falls off. And you see as he's on fire, he's like putting himself. Come on, fucking no! As he's hitting himself out, he's like steamy because it's so cold out. Remember, it's winter right now. And it's a freezing cold breeze up top, so it goes right away eventually. You see as he pops over, he hops over you, Nova, and he's about to go over. You see his arms turn into like a single like spear, and he's going to.
And I'm like, no. And then, what do I want to do? I want to do something back to Jarvis. But
Jarvis
Oh,
is
I'm gonna-
just setting up to flick him.
Yeah, he's at like your nose, and Nova says stop, and you both are kind of like he's like right here.
And I'm like, you want me to take away your toy, your new toy? Do you see that? And I point at his ball. I'm like, do I have to treat you like children?
You could try. And he like levitates it, and he's getting really cocky with it.
You hear from Jack. He goes, "I don't sleep,"
I don't sleep. And Nova responds with, I've had magic a lot longer than you have. And you haven't seen the half of it.
All right, well, then take it from me.
I want to push him so badly off the bird.
And you see,
but at that point,
you see the orb. He controls the orb. He puts his hands down, and it's just levitating there. Now he can do it without his hands, and it just levitates over right in front of her.
I want to punch him in the throat.
Take it.
you can punch him in the throat.
Grab it.
Roll an attack.
Take it from me. It's right there.
I could do something so mean right now, but I'm not going to because I don't hate Jarvis that much.
I'll probably allow it if you did. But at this point, you guys be little shits to one another. Long day, a lot of just thoughts, a lot of weird shit continuing on.
My favorite line is, "I don't sleep."
I don't sleep. I also just love that one of the first things that he says out loud is, "I'd eat you." And then my bone.
So,
Oh, Jesus.
another day,
Another dollar.
Another dollar.
We haven't made any money.
You guys are broke as shit.
Yeah, we haven't made shit. And Jarvis keeps spending money.
Babe.
Day 2.
Can I say it? Yeah. Can I want to tell her.
You can tell her whatever you want. It's whatever you want.
Shit.
What would you guess is going on right now?
I don't fucking know. I don't know, like, D&D lore.
Yeah.
To have
Don't
any
just
idea
tell her.
what's happening.
Don't make her like try to like.
No, but
Whatever.
I want to see if she can figure out what's going on.
Nah.
Huh?
The mind player.
No.
I don't fucking know. I have no idea.
Okay. There's sorcerer.
I know that. I heard that already.
Yeah.
So I acting like I didn't know that. I heard you when he said use the sorcerer. Duh.
Yeah. A multi-classing.
That's cool because guess what? I get to get to max level and you don't. Wow! I get all the things and you get almost all the things.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't
actually.
get Jarvis doesn't get to his full potential.
No.
Damn.
Not in either of the
Damn.
classes, but totally, yeah.
All right. Go to sleep. Talk to you guys later. I'll see you next week.
Good night.